Welcome to the madness!
Alright folks, how's it going? The name's Daffy and welcome to another episode of Ducking Around, the series where we play random games, and today we're playing Enlisted. So this is a free-to-play online World War II themed squad-based shooter game. First-person shooter. So basically this was some footage that I recorded during the week. I was busy basically. I've actually got, I think, another one or two that is just gameplay and gameplay alone. But yeah, basically that's so basically I just record the gameplay and I'm gonna do some post commentary over the top. So basically the whole premise of Enlisted is that it's a multiplayer first-person shooter, as I mentioned. I'm playing this on PC. It's actually crossplay. It's crossplay between PC and console. And I'm just gonna be honest, for the first like maybe 5 minutes of this gameplay you're gonna be seeing, it took me a while to get back to used to the controls again, honestly. So the premise of Enlisted is that you get to play as 4 different forces based in World War II. That's the Germans, Americans, Japanese, and the Russians. And on each team is like controlled by 3 to 4 human players, and on your team you have AI squad members, right? So it's got an RPG effect to it, because within the squads that you select and customize, you can outfit each person with weapon kits and skills, and you rank up and you get you can rank up and you can get abilities and get new squads and different types of stuff, from like engineers to riflemen, shock troopers, tank crews, flyers, I believe, as well. You can get the flying squad in. There's a lot you can do with this. In fact, this is only my second time playing this game. I wanted to put some more time into this game, but fortunately with the games I'm doing in my time, I don't really have the spare time to put in. Now, just to let you know, with the marking here, you can mark enemies, but it's not marking them the way I was expecting. See, I was used to like the Battlefield marking system, where basically you put the crosshairs, then you mark over an enemy, and basically the mark would follow them. But here, you just place it on the ground and that's it. But the my gameplay improves later on down the line, anyway. So, and also with the stuttering as well, I do apologize. I don't know if that's just my, recording software. Anytime I record something, it seems to be a lot smoother, but I didn't do a test recording for this. I just sort of just hit record and was like, right, that will do, you know? It's not a problem anyway. And, it feels weird doing a post-com. I've never, well, I've done one post-com in the past, but it's just weird. I'd rather do live comms, but I guess there is a, I don't know, a feature or its own uniqueness on both sides, I suppose. Live being more for the reactions, and then post being more for professionalism, I suppose. It's weird. It's weird because this was funny enough, this was actually the type of content I used to watch when I was a lot younger, when YouTube was first starting out, actually. And actually, that actually brings me to a pretty interesting topic. I do want to talk about the gaming content of YouTube, and I guess with these, it's I guess this kind of gameplay and commentary is a good way to get some thoughts out, because I don't, when I'm doing like the live comms, not, well, the live playthroughs, the live videos, I don't really talk about subjects. I just tend to just focus on the gameplay and just do yeah, just basically just talk about the gameplay and what we're doing at the time, and that's about it. But I don't really do like topics or speak my mind and things, so maybe I might do this a little bit more often from this point forward. Maybe, I don't know. So, what was I gonna say? Right, so, gameplay commentaries, right? Which I'm doing now. So, basically, back in 2000 and, I'm gonna say 2007, I think? Yeah, 2007, this is when, gameplay was just starting to first come onto YouTube. So at that time there was 2 different types of content regarding gaming videos. There was the traditional Let's Plays or walkthroughs, which is my main content, and then you've got the game gameplay commentaries. Now, the gameplay commentaries at the time were based on the big multiplayer shooters. That's what, like Halo and Call of Duty, that's what was the craze back then. But of course, like, Let's Plays were big as well. But back then, I think the main game that everyone was playing, or Let's Playing, was the, I think it was like Zelda. I think Zelda was one of the big ones. It was either Zelda, Mario, or Pokemon that was like the main ones that was being showcased, I think. But for the vast majority of the time, it was the gameplay commentaries that did rule the roost in terms of gaming. And I remember some of the old names. I'm not going to mention any names because these are probably names that people have never heard of before, because a lot of these people are no longer around. They seem to have moved on in life. It's a bit of a shame, really, but you know, you got to make way for the next generation, haven't you? But yeah, basically, the first 3 multiplayer CODs that kicked off was like COD 4, World of War, and Modern Warfare 2. It was Modern Warfare 2 that kicked things off. And then before the whole YouTube partner program came in, it was all about sponsorships. It was all about signing up to like the big channels, and then they would sponsor you and you do videos in their channels and stuff, and then in return you get like more viewers and all that. And that was the big thing that everyone was striving for. It was crazy. And it was basically dog eat dog. It was funny. It's like, okay, you know, who can have like the best commentary or the best gameplay or anything, and which actually led into quite a bit of beef from what I remember. I remember some names actually. I think one of the famous ones was the Wings of Redemption, I remember. So there was this 1v1 on this one map, and I remember it, basically this one guy, I can't remember who he's called, but this guy called Wings, he was getting like battered, but at the same time Wings was very egotistical. He was like saying, oh, I'm the best player in this game and yada yada, and he ended up getting his ass kicked, and he had a right hissy fit at the end. I remember the clip. It was funny as it was like one of the golden moments that was captured. It was brilliant. And basically that kind of content still carried on until like 3 years later, in about 2011. However, when it came to 2011, 2012, that's when things shifted again, because it kind of went back into the whole walkthroughs of Let's Plays videos again. That was taking center stage, but this time in a different form. So, I don't know if you guys remember a certain Swedish YouTuber who's like got millions of subscribers now, PvPvE, I think he was called. I used to watch him back in the day, but I don't watch him anymore. I don't know, it's just outgrown him. But he originally was a commentator, like I was speaking about earlier. But he started doing facecam videos, but what proper kicked it off was when he started doing facecam reactions to horror games. That's when things started kicking off, because a lot of people found his content, and he was doing the whole like massive reactions to like jump scares and everything. And from there, a lot of people started to imitate him. And it was at this point that gaming videos started to become mainstream, because I remember I was watching the news, or I sort of like a news presenter show or something, and they were covering about this new craze of kids, because I think at this point, this is like what, in 2010s, so basically people born in like the early 2000s were like 10-year-old, almost like 13-year-old, like teenagers, and there was this whole new crave of watching gameplay on computers instead of playing games themselves. And like, I don't know, like I guess these news people wanted to get to the bottom of it and everything, and they're like, you know, what's the point of like watching somebody gaming when you can play games yourself and all that? And me being like a kid from like early YouTube, like 2006, 2007, because those were the kind of videos I used to watch before gaming kicked off. Do you know, I kind of miss old YouTube. I miss old YouTube. 06, 07 YouTube was the best, because you could pretty much watch anything you wanted with little to no problems, because people used to upload like full shows, but split into 3 11-minute videos. It was brilliant. and there was no copyright back then either. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about, and then that's when people started to imitate or emulate PewDiePie's formula. And then we had an abundance of horror channels coming up to try and siphon some of that success. And then, yeah, and then I think from past 2011 to about 2014, 2015, I believe this is when live streaming became the new thing. Funny enough, right, Twitch. So Twitch is the #1 streaming site, right? Obviously, I know YouTube was streaming, but Twitch is like, you know, pure streaming. I remember when Twitch used to be called Justin TV, and there was another competitor at the time called Hitbox as well. I remember them. I was actually on Justin TV, not personally like streaming or anything, but I used to be a viewer on Justin TV when live streaming was first kicking up. I think this was like 2012, I think it was. It might be, I'm not totally too sure. But yeah, this was a big time in the gaming community as a whole, I think, in terms of media. And yeah, and then obviously Twitch took it over. I don't know if it's the owners of Twitch. I don't know, because this was before Amazon bought Twitch. And I think Twitch bought Justin TV or something, and then changed it to Twitch. And then because of the successfulness of Twitch in 15 and 16, I believe, that's when Amazon bought it over in 17, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, like I said, I go on Twitch occasionally. Actually, not even occasionally anymore. Small once in a blue moon, actually, to see what's going on. But I'm not a... Personally, I don't watch live streams just because I don't have the time. But I will watch replays of live streams on a ×2 speed just to watch it. I mean, my time's limited and stuff, so... Yeah. But then after that, I think in terms of the gaming content on YouTube, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think from there, commentaries were dying out. Yeah, nobody was doing commentaries anymore because the shift in popularity was moving on. I think the live gameplay was becoming the norm now, because yeah, because at this point the commentaries were gone, but with the rise of like Fortnite and PUBG and all that, I think not just with streaming, but live gameplays were becoming the norm, I think. I know some people used to do live gameplays back in the past, and some people loved the live gameplays, but I think they were actually quite uncommon during that time. But live commentaries came into the store, and then I think from there, I think from like the end of the 10s, the whole streaming let's plays and live gameplays, excuse me, we're starting to balance out. And then I think the new wave of gaming content came in the form of either comedy clips, you know, with you know, groups coming together and like bouncing off each other. There's a few names I think of, like for example, I think the Goons they're called. There's another group, I can't think of what the name is. Yeah, very interesting. And then I think the newest wave, like the actual current wave from what I'm seeing, is the whole challenge videos. Can you beat such a game in such a way? That's the new thing I'm seeing. And that's the new gaming content, I believe. That's currently the meta right now, because people love those kind of videos. I mean, same with myself. I mean, I'm actually watching quite a few challenge channels. Try saying that 3 times fast. I think there is one dedicated to the Souls games, and there is one dedicated to RPGs. And yeah, overall, it's really fascinating to see how YouTube has changed over the years. It really has. But the problem is, however, I mean, like anything, there has been some bad things with YouTube. Definitely has been. I mean, the ad apocalypse and the whole copyright system as a whole, because even today the copyright system is still being abused. Luckily enough, I've not been affected by it yet. I mean, I've not made any enemies or anything. I'm not posting anything that's pure copyright. I mean, I might get a claim every now and then, but I'm not making any money off this channel yet. We'll get it one day. So yeah. So yeah, so it's roughly around here that my gameplay started kicking up now. I started being a lot more accurate on my shots and started being a lot more aggressive and stuff. In terms of anything, yeah, he'd probably call me a camper per se, but I'm more of a in objective-based game modes like this. I've always been like sort of like the objective slayer. Like I'm the guy that will stay on the flanks and try and take people down, trying to either defend your objective or capture an objective or something, and then just move on to the objective if I can. But yeah, I'm basically one of these. But yeah, basically as you can see, my gameplay started getting a lot better. I started finding my stride. Again, that's just years of playing Call of Duty in the past. It was funny enough is though that I was actually originally a console player, and like when I was playing this, I was like super casual. I wasn't even thinking. Like I was just sort of just on autopilot and just letting just doing things. I mean, I'm not really bothered if I die. I mean, in the game. But like way back when, I used to be quite competitive. I used to be quite try hard, but not anymore. So for casual, I think this is for casual, it's not too bad actually. You'll see the results at the end of the video anyway. But if I were to say something about Enlisted, it is a very chill game. I do like Enlisted. I really do. It is very chill. The fact is, it's PvPvE. It just balances things out very nicely. Because I mean, like, sure, you can. I mean, because the thing is though, like, the problem is though, well, not the problem, but the good thing is you don't know who's player and who's bot, to tell you the truth, because when you target, let's say you target 2 soldiers, it'll just come up with the name of the user of that squad. You don't know who's the player and who's not. So that's the thing. So really, it's a good balance, because it's kind of like multiplayer. It's kind of like a single player experience, but like multiplayer at the same time. So I would highly recommend playing it. It's a pretty cool, chill game. It really is. And to say, yeah, it's free to play on Steam. I don't know on other platforms. Yes, I think it's free to play on other platforms, like consoles and all that. But it's got store transactions, so you can buy things if you want to. So in terms of the RPG progression, you do gain each soldier does gain level ups and do gain squad skills you can buy and stuff. And the way you unlock new things for your squads is through research, and by competing in matches and stuff, you gain research points, and then that way it'll just unlock the weapons. And there is a lot of weapons. There's a lot, and each faction has like something stupid, like over like 50 weapons each and stuff, and different variations of weapons. It's amazing. It's a pretty good game. I do plan on playing this game a lot more now. I don't know whether to incorporate it into the ducking around just yet, but maybe once the blue moon I might bring it up. But I'll definitely be doing a live comp, definitely. We'll see. Sorry, just taking the vape thing. But we'll see. But I probably might just keep it as a post-commentary exclusive, or I might just, yeah, I could do it live. See, the problem is though, see, when I'm playing multiplayer games, I tend to be a little bit more focused than actual single player, just because like there's like a lot of things happening. And yeah, see here, I'm trying to blow up the tank, but as you can see, I think, I don't know if I destroyed that tank actually, I don't know. I tried looking at the kill cam, kill feed, but yeah. I don't know, there's still so much I'm learning about this game. And here is where I start going a little ham with my nose in the gun here. At least I think it's my nose in the gun. Not entirely too sure. But just one thing I will say, I am not the most accurate players with snipers and bullet actions. I prefer automatics, I really do. But not to say that I'm not a decent sniper. Hopefully Simo is proud of me. So yeah, so basically we've got what, 3 more minutes? Yeah, so basically I'm just on the side, just exchanging fire and just trying to get as many shots out and trying to get as many kills as I can. But the thing is though, I'm not entirely too sure how the hit registration works on this game yet. I'm not sure if it's a hit scan or bullet, like actual bullet drop, or my connection's just not as good. Well, to be fair, but the connection for this game's actually not been too bad actually, it's been alright. Yeah, as you can see there, get a quad feed, or a quad multi-kill. Beautiful. But yeah, overall it's a pretty decent game actually. It's pretty good. I've already so let me see if I can try and see if I can explain my first gameplay. So my first gameplay I remember playing as the Japanese against the Americans on this one like Japanese village map, I think. Basically, it was similar game mode where basically you had the different contestation zones, I suppose, or contest zones or something. And basically, I remember going in with my rifleman first, and I was getting used to the game, and I was taking out some pretty decent enemies actually. There was one squad that wasn't paying attention. I was trying my best to aim, but kept missing, and I switched to a sniper, which was, I think, was the Type 98, I think it was, the Yarisaka. And I was missing a lot with that, but I got into the Japanese light tank, which had an MG, and I was just tearing down. I don't remember what the score was because I only put in like 20 minutes and I had to come out of the match. The problem is if you leave a match early, you get an XP penalty, which is, personally, I disagree with, but yeah, I'll tell you what, in general, I do disagree with I actually do disagree with the XP penalties that games give when you leave them. It's like, I understand it's to try and limit, try to limit rage quitting and all that, but if you gotta go, you gotta go, you know what I mean? So yeah, so we got about a minute 30 left of the match. Yeah, at this point in time, it's just clearing up, and yeah, as you can see, I got a melee kill there, but fortunately, I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if the actual soldier there got the grenade off by the time I attacked him, and then it just exploded behind me, or it's like he's already pulled the pin and basically was just holding it. It's interesting, but yeah, basically that is that's the match. So nice victory for the Reds and for Stalin and the Soviet Union. Oh no, wait, no, it's not the Soviet Union. It's the Soviet Russians, you know. So yeah, so this is what I mean by the RPG element. As you can see, like the leveling up and stuff. And as you can see there, I have 52 kills, which ain't too bad. 52 kills. I don't know how many deaths though, but yeah, overall, not too bad, not too bad. Right, well, anyway, that is going to be the end of... Oh yeah, this is the research thing that I meant. Once you can see, there's a lot of things there. So we can get the PvD34 such thing. Right, well, anyway, my friends, I'm going to end it here because we've got 20 minutes, 20 seconds left. So that's going to be it for today's episode. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And apart from that, enjoy the rest of your awesome day. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.